Let's get it. Here we go. Mash those likes. Let's get it rocking and rolling. Fill up those like meters, baby. Whoa, what's going on? What's going on? Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate all the guys smashing those likes. Almost there. Let's go. Getting the party started. Here we go. All right, guys. I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day, and we're back for live stream number 2 of 3. Missed my afternoon live stream. Had to go get some checkups, getting some running around with some errands. Couldn't go live. Nothing exciting happened at all during the afternoon. Another reason why I didn't go live. The Fed meeting. It was today, guys. It was a big nothing burger. Like I've been telling you guys, a big nothing burger. No interest rate change. Bitcoin didn't even budge. Bitcoin's been chopping completely sideways all day long. But our boy Aerodrome is still pumping, baby. Up 17.5% today, 54% on the week. Let's go, Aerodrome. That's what I'm talking about. Appreciate everybody joining. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes, tapping that subscribe. Give everybody a moment to make sure you guys are joining in. Make sure you guys are still filling up those like meters. And we're going to be covering around here what is going on with Bitcoin. So far, Bitcoin, like I said, today has been complete total wash, guys. Complete total wash. Nothing but just complete sideways action. I mean, it just completely sideways chop. Really got me excited here earlier this morning when we had this big 1 hour sweep. As you guys can see right here, right here. This was around the time I was live streaming this morning. We had this big sweep of the Asia low and London low on the 1 hour, and we started to get a really positive next green candle. And then as this hour started to close up, we started to go back down, and we lost the Monday low. We lost the VWAP, and since then we did nothing but drop to the downside on the 1 hour. We came back up, retested here, got rejected again, and we ended up dropping all the way to the downside. So my long did get stopped out. I broke my rules, guys. I broke my rules today of not trading on FOMC meetings. I trend not to ever trade on the FOMC meetings because every time I do, all you end up with is sideways chop that liquidates hits your stop losses on the way up. You go short, it hits your stop loss on the way down. It hits your stop loss no matter which trade you take, right? Because you just get all this sideways price action. So overall, broke my rule, lost some money today. It happens. That's the name of the game. But was able to make some of it back. Today. And as you guys can see here, made a total of what this is overall in the last week here so far. Just a quick little overlook here on this past week. Made $1,500 in the past couple of weeks here in the last 2 weeks overall, right? Had a nice positive day yesterday of over $1,000. Made $274 into profit right after taking a loss. Was able to walk away with $274 in profit today. And then last week traded 3 times out of the week. One big win on Monday, or I should say, yeah, one big win on Monday, then $275 on Tuesday, and a very small trade that I got stopped out in the profit out of $1.32. But overall, up $1,500 here in the overall in the last couple of days. But yeah, that's how it's been. This is why I don't trade the FOMC meetings for this exact reason. A lot of sideways chop. So I apologize to everybody in the Crypto Citadel. Today was a rough day. It was a rough day overall, but guys, we're going to get back in the ring, right? When a champion gets knocked down, what does he do? He gets up again. That's why Rocky Balboa never loses. No matter how hard he gets hit, he gets back up, right? Because how he said in the movie, it's not about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and still get up. That's what it's about, guys. Please stop spamming Pi Network because I will ban you. I will completely ban you. Stop asking about Pi Network. I don't know anything about it. Don't care about it. Stop. Let's see here. So yeah, Bitcoin, just a lot of sideways chop overall. Let's go take a look at Ethereum. Very similar, right? Came up to the week open, got rejected, came back down, rotated the previous day range pretty much towards the value area lows here of 24.64. We broke back above the Monday low as of recently in the last couple of hours. And now we're just kind of retesting this Monday low at 25.13. We need to really break above this weekly open. Tomorrow is unfortunately a holiday, so traditional markets won't be open. We need to really break above this weekly open here, which is also going to be a previous day high for tomorrow. So a lot of resistance here around 25.46. If we can break above that, our big target here to the upside is 26.39 before running towards the Monday high for Ethereum. Let's jump in here into the chat. Make sure I'm not missing anybody. Z4N, what's going on? Tensions increase. Will that send Bitcoin down? If tensions continue to increase in an aspect of like an actual escalation of problems, of conflict, then yes. Right now, we've got a lot of chatter back and forth, a lot of chatter. Tensions have been, pretty stiff, you can say, all throughout the week, but nothing has escalated beyond what is already being expected from the market from last week. So the market has been pretty much stable. Oil prices have not been pumping in any kind of way, right? When oil prices start skyrocketing, then you start to see like the market is panicking, like there's a bigger escalation in that part of the world that really, brings a lot of oil into the global circulation overall. So oil prices are steady, gold prices are steady, tensions are steady, no escalations. So far, so good. Bro, what do you think we're going to drop to 100K or what I'm trying to buy more alts spot? So right now for Bitcoin, what I'm really looking for, right, would be a sweep of this previous week low, man. That would be fantastic. Don't know if we're going to get it, guys. We might not, right? We came down to as low as 103.485 today, almost tapping the previous day low from yesterday at 103.300. But we front ran that target. I really did think that during the Fed meeting, we were probably going to sweep this previous week low. This is where I was looking to get into an entry for a long. If we swept to this area, maybe we get it here this week at some point. I don't know. But this would be a great entry for a potential long, anywhere between the previous day low here of 103.334 to 102.723. If we get a sweep of that area, meaning price does something a little bit like this, where we kind of just, drop down into it and quickly recover back up, whether it's in an hour candle or, 4-hour candle or 15 minute, that'd be fantastic. That'd be a great drop, let me tell you. But, a quick little zip zap of that area, that would be fantastic as a sweep, would be great for a long, but don't know if we're going to get it. We might not. A lot of this sideways chop here. Maybe we start moving up already. We start breaking out, but we'll see here. We'll find out if once we start getting above the weekly open, if Bitcoin is going to start making a move higher or not. SPX 69 always at the top. Yeah, that thing probably is at the top. Made a video about it the last week. And let's see here. Let's zoom out. Let me turn off my trading indicators. Nothing much has changed for SPX here. Overall, SPX has had a big breakout from the ending of month of May, right? Breaking through a lot of resistance and running towards its previous all-time high around June 12. And since then, we just kind of been dropping back down, finding support on this monthly average of $1.28. If that area breaks, then our next target to the downside is between 117 to 110 to hold. If that doesn't hold, then our next big area of interest is between $1 to 89 cents. If that area doesn't hold, then the gold pocket down at 66, potentially 54 cents. But right now, so far, we are holding support here at 128. We continue to hold 128 for SPX. We could have another rally above the previous all-time high of 180 if Bitcoin dominance begins to slide down a little bit and Bitcoin's price kind of steadies out. It's been holding up very, very well against the Bitcoin price overall. Let's go take a look at SP. It's up 100% in the month. Definitely not something I'm going to be FOMOing into or buying right now. Sitting at $1.33 billion market cap. So far, so good. Up 13,000% of the year. Freaking wild. You the GOAT. Appreciate it. Appreciate you, Mar. Appreciate everybody in here with the support. Appreciate everybody smashing those likes. Can you look at AVAX, my brother? Definitely, Burn. We'll look at AVAX. You think Bitcoin can go under 98 to 100K this or next week? I don't know about time frame. Time frame wise, don't know. If escalations continue and things proceed with what we're talking about, right? If you know, you know. Then yes, I definitely think that could potentially drop the market below 100,000, right? If everything continues the same and just a lot of sideways chatter, just like, oh yeah, we're gonna do this, you're gonna do that, yeah, and everybody's just flexing their muscles, right? And things kind of just cool off overall. Market kind of just gets numb to that kind of stuff. I definitely think that Bitcoin could be bottoming out around this area and pushing back up to 100,000, 120,000, right? There's a lot of fear in the market right now where people are just very fearful because of what's happening. So it's understandable. But in these very fearful times, when people are expecting more downward price action because of the fear that's circulating, that's usually when we get these major reversals, these major pushes to the upside. So, unless there's an escalation, I think we're close to a bottom here and could be pushing up higher. But we will see. We will see. Let's go take a look at AVAX. AVAX has been one of my long-term holds, man. So bullish on AVAX, yet so disappointed in the price action. I do not understand why this price action is so suppressed. But we'll take a look at here at the technicals, and we're going to look at some fundamentals for AVAX as well. So AVAX right now has pretty much fallen through all the support. Let's get here the gold pocket part. I'm pretty sure we fell through that as well. April lows, May high. Yeah, we fell through the gold pocket as well. The gold pocket was right here around $19. We lost that. We could be rotating down to the April lows again, down around $16 if the market keeps heading down, right? Overall, very bullish on AVAX. To the upside, we got targets within May of $23. We need to get above 26 to really make a run for this resistance zone of around $29 to $31. Once we can get above $31, we have targets between 36 to 41. And then we have a monthly MPLC from back in December up at $51 for AVAX. But the best part is that we're nowhere near its previous all-time highs. We have a lot of historical targets between 71 to all the way its all-time high of $147, right? So a lot of targets between 71 to 147 that have not been revisited from 2021. Yeah, let's go take a look at some fundamental stuff here happening for the AVAX, right? Very, very bullish on AVAX for these simple things here. Let's go take a look. Let me scroll through here. Let me see. Where is it? AVAX. Oh, look, perfect post here by Wendy. Wendy O, right? Look at this, guys. Avalanche transactions hit 1 million, right? Avalanche has seen a surge in on-chain activity in the last 7 days, surpassing 1 million, the highest in over a year, mainly driven by the arena trade, right? Well, that's where they get a lot of their like pump.fund and meme coins kind of stuff. High frequency minting of ERC 404 style tokens directly from Xpost, which 404 is basically a combination between an NFT and the meme coin, both combined into one. Very lucrative, very cool. A lot of that stuff happening on Avalanche, not a lot of it happening on Ethereum or any other blockchain. This spiked doubled average fees, but did not have similar increase in active addresses, yada, yada, yada. This is just one thing that was posted about Avalanche, but let me go see over here. Where is the post about the real world asset tokenization of deeds? Man, I think I had let me see. Let me go find it. AVAX deeds tokenized. Here it is. Look at this. New Jersey County to tokenize $240 billion in real estate deeds on Avalanche Network. This is not the first time we see something like this. Avalanche has tokenized diamonds. They've tokenized some other stuff out in California as well. There's a lot of stuff being tokenized, real world assets being tokenized on AVAX, yet the price of AVAX as a real world asset crypto, as a crypto that is in crypto gaming, that has the only blockchain that has legitimate crypto gaming that is being used on Xboxes, PlayStation, PC, and people don't even know that they're playing a blockchain game, right? It has 2 games out. It's the only one. It also has real world assets. It's got AI. It's got all this stuff being built on it. crypto gaming, everything. One of the most diverse layer ones I've ever seen, and yet the price is not representing that. So AVAX is one that I'm going to continue hodling. I'm going to continue stacking. Not financial advice, just what I'm personally doing, because I believe that at some point, all this stuff that is happening on AVAX has to reflect on the price. It has to reflect on the price at some point, and at some point, we're gonna see a big move. That's just my personal opinion on it. Clay the Great in the house. Hootie hoo hoo. What's going on, man? Appreciate you jumping in here. Appreciate all of you guys tapping those likes, guys. Smash those likes. Hit that subscribe if you haven't already. What is your price point you like AVAX to get in at? Well, AVAX right now is literally at its pretty much almost near its April lows. So right now is a fantastic time to buy for me personally, right? It's pretty much at the lows of March and April. April lows were around 16. It's currently sitting at $18 for AVAX. Can't get too picky about the exact dollar amount. This is a great area for me to dollar cost average, because I do believe we're going to break at least back to that $51 mark, at least to $51 again. That's just, I'd be mind blown with everything AVAX is doing. If we do get another major altcoin season, that AVAX does not come back to $51 at least. Bought at 100, then went to 92. What did you buy at 100? How does Quant look? Oh, Quant lost $100. That's not good, man. We had in the Crypto Citadel, we were looking at Quant, and the $100 was some very critical area that we did not want to lose. Where's my Quant chart? Quant, where is it here? These are all the macro analysis for people that are not traders or dollar cost averagers. So right now, well, let's go take a look at it. This is basically the summary. Bullish, meanwhile, we hold between 100, we up over $100, right? And if we reclaim 124, going to continue moving to the upside. Neutral, if we chop between 95 to 124, and bearish if we lose 124, could be retest if we lose $95, we could retest 70 and potentially lower. So that was some of the macro analysis for Quant that was posted in the Citadel weeks ago at this point in time. And right now, okay, not bad. We're already back at 101. You scared me there for a second, bro. You scared me there for a second. So Quant came up, hit our target of 124, like we said in the Crypto Citadel with the macro analysis, right? We broke above 100. We ran up to 124. We needed to really get above 124 to continue moving to the upside, and we got rejected around there, fell back down. But right now we're still holding support. So we're still solid here. We could drop down to $95. That is the May monthly MPOC. If we bounce off of that and get back above 100, that's perfectly fine. Now, if we start losing 95, right, big targets to the downside are 70, potentially all the way down to $62, which we don't want to go see. We don't want to go down to those levels, guys. We don't want to go down to those levels for Quant. Once we get above 124, targets to the upside are 141 to 165, and then we got some bigger targets of 174 to 193 for Quant. Diamond in the house, brother. How you doing, man? Another Crypto Citadel member in the house representing. Appreciate all the support, brother. Let's see here. Can you look into Quant? Yeah, I already did that. Make sure I'm not missing anything from the chat. Heard XRP got ETH. Is that true? XRP got ETH? What do you mean? What do you mean by that? All drops are opportunities to buy at lows. Well, yes. If the altcoin is actually dropping to a low, then yes. But I personally do not subscribe to buying every single dip. I used to subscribe to that when I was a way newer investor, right? Before 2021, in 2021. But since then, I've moved away from that because eventually you run out of capital. You buy a dip, 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 but it keeps dipping. It keeps dipping. It's that famous meme, right? I bought the dip, and it's like, you're buying the dip? With what money? Like, you still got money to buy dips? So one of those things is I like to buy very strategically. I like to wait for big crashes, right? Like when we were in Q1, altcoins were down 80+%. Bitcoin was down over 30%, down to 76,000. That's when I was buying altcoins. Not buying now, no matter how much of a little dip we get. If we drop below 100,000 for Bitcoin and we drop to 96 or lower, that is going to be my next area of interest to dollar cost average again for altcoins. Let's see here. What about STX? STX, good old Stacks, layer 2 for Bitcoin. Stacks is, I thought it was down 100% on the week. I was like, what the heck just happened to this thing? It's only down 10%, guys. It's only down 10%. All right, here we go. Let's go take a look at Stacks. I haven't looked at this chart in quite some time, to be honest. Whoa, what happened here? On May 14th, Stacks seems like on Binance, they had a major flash crash all the way down to 29 cents. Whoever had an order set up for there, that was fantastic. Geez, went right back up to 93 cents from 29 cents. That's a fantastic move. Okay, let me update this chart here a little bit. Let me get Q1. All right, got Q1 here. Let me get April. Let me get May. That's another thing, guys. We're on June 18th already. We're coming up to the close of Q2 of this year. We're getting another monthly close and we're getting another quarterly close. So a lot of more macro updates are coming to the Crypto Citadel here very, very soon, right? Macro updates happen usually on every monthly close and every quarterly close. And then in the meantime, we get daily and weekly updates in the Crypto Citadel as well. But the big macro updates for all the altcoins, a big flush of new charts and new setups, new things are all happening in the in the monthly and quarterly close. So if you guys are long-term holders that are not daily traders, that's really where the bread and butter is for you guys to really benefit from the Crypto Citadel. And that's going to be happening here very soon. So make sure you guys don't miss out on that. All right, so Stacks. Let me go take a look at some. I'll go take a look at a quarterly here. Already tapped to that. Monthly. Tapped all of those too. Okay, cool. So overall, the only real big target we have to the upside for Stacks right now is a monthly MPOC for the month of May up at 89 cents. We have fallen back into the April range. We're currently bouncing off the point of control for the April range, around 59 cents. If we lose that, we could be dropping down to the value area low around 47 cents for April. Let me see here. Let me get a little gold pocket action from this low right to this high. We definitely lost that gold pocket. If this is the bottom here, let me get this top. If we're going to be bottoming out around here, gold pocket lines up with the naked point of control for a month of May of 89 cents. Overall, we do have plenty of targets to the upside for Stacks. If Stacks can actually start bouncing back up and breaking above the May range, getting back into around above $1, we have targets all the way up between 153 to 199 to the upside for Stacks. But it's a long way from where we're at right now. We're all the way down at 61 cents. So to that first big target of $1.53 is 148% move to the upside. That 199 is a 221% move. If we just go to the May target, that's about a 45% move overall for Stacks. Now, Stacks has a lot of things going for it. The fact that Bitcoin is a big institutional player, but right now the narrative shift has. When Bitcoin was really running in 2024, right? Everybody was really focused on layer twos of Bitcoin getting smart contracts, all this stuff. Ordinals were happening. All these things were happening that required layer two stuff for Bitcoin. Right now, we've kind of taken a pause on that. Once that narrative comes back into play, right, then I believe Stacks is going to have a rally. But until then, Stacks is going to pretty much be stuck. I 10x my money with it last bull run. Let's go. Hey, bro, check out the inverse AVAX. I never know how to pronounce that. XV Avalanche. Avalanche down 9.1% in the month. No big deal. Up 9.1% today. $10 million market cap. Very small market cap. So this is a micro cap play. Very high risk. Let's go take a look at the chart for it. KuCoin, Mexi. All right, let's get some price action here. So let's get Q4 of last year to the end of December. Pretty much been stuck in that same range. Yeah, not a lot happening here. So pretty much still within the Q1 range for 2025. Let's go take a look at some potential targets to the upside. Some monthlies here that are untapped. Let's go take a look at some quarterlies. Okay. And let's go take a look at a yearly just for the fun of it. See where the yearly's at. Oof, yearly's really high up. All right, so taking a look at X, what is it called? This thing, Avalanche. Lucia, I believe there's a launch pad on AVAX. So we're currently still within the Q1 range overall. Let's get a quick gold pocket as well since we're already here. Let's get this top here from December. Let's get the lows here in April. Big target to the upside is 36 cents, breaking us out of the Q1 range for Avalanche. Once we're above that, we are back in the Q4 range. Being within the Q4 range, our main target to the upside is between 50 to 53 cents, which is a 382 fib retracement and a monthly untapped average. Once we can get above 53 cents, we need to break out of the Q4 range, for 2024, with our target to the upside at 70 cents to 77, with a macro gold pocket from the December highs to the April low, gold pocket at 77 cents. Above that, we have an untapped yearly PIV at $1.03. So this is a micro cap crypto, $10 million market cap, very, very small, very high risk. Therefore, lots of potential for rewards as well if it does retrace back to those highs or just even to this gold pocket, right? If from the price we're at 22 cents right now to our first target is up 60%. To our second target of 50 cents is 124%. To our third target of 70 cents, 215. To the gold pocket, 243. And to our final target to the upside, it is 355% move to the upside. So there you guys have it. Let me go jumping back into the chat here, see how everybody's doing. Where would you start to DCA Ondo if BTC drops to 96? Ooh, yeah. Mar, yes, I am live on YouTube. When I live stream everywhere. I live stream to X, I live stream to Instagram, I live stream to YouTube, I live stream everywhere. So let's see here. Let's go take a look at Ondo. Quick little look here. Bitcoin holding above the VWAP. Nice. Ondo. So Ondo right now, right? Nothing exciting at all. Pretty much near the April lows already. We're currently bouncing off the Q4 point of control here of 73 cents. If this area is lost, our next, is this an untapped? No, this is a tapped area. Our next target would be about 59 cents. 59 to 57 cents would be the next area for Ondo. So if Bitcoin does drop below 100,000, I believe that's where Ondo is going to be headed to 59, 57 cents, which would be, the next big area to dollar cost average besides currently being at almost at the April lows. The April lows were 66 cents. We're currently at 77 cents. We're currently 11 cents above the April lows. So that is the area. If you're going to be dollar cost averaging Ondo, if I didn't have a position, I would be getting one now, right, at these lows. and obviously would have to be open-minded to the fact that, hey, I need to strategize and budget my dollar cost average for a potential that if Bitcoin does lose 100 and drops lower, I'm going to have to buy some more Ondo around 59 cents or lower. So that's going to be the overall targets for Ondo to the downside. To the upside, realistically, we need to claim this $1.02 area, staying above $2, staying above $1 gives us the opportunity for running to 120 to 132. Above that area, we got targets between 151 to 165 for Ondo. Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate everybody tapping those likes, hitting that subscribe. What price point do I like AVAX? AVAX is at $18. It's pretty much almost at the April lows of $16. So I am definitely dollar cost averaging. I'm not currently dollar cost averaging at $18 because I already bought back around the April lows. So I'm not going to be buying more right now. If we drop lower, then yes. But if I didn't have a position on AVAX, we're so close to the April lows that this is the time to start jumping in if I didn't have a position right now. Dark says, YouTube Live way better than TikTok Live. Appreciate it. Yeah, you get to see all the charts and stuff. Can you look into quant? I already did that. Oh, no. We're losing internet. Are we good? Yeah, I think we're good. Appreciate everybody tapping those likes. Appreciate everybody hanging out. It is the daily close here, guys. We got the daily close here on the Bitcoin. Bitcoin has officially closed right now. We have a whole new day of data here for Bitcoin. So let's get the chart here. Let's get the previous day range. Boom. We have the NPOC and the previous day high right above here. So we need to be careful here. This thing is probably going to push to the upside. Daily NPOC. Let's see where our daily average is at. Daily average is to the downside. Okay. We'll see what hits first. If we hit the daily average first, right, we've come down to the daily average first. I will be looking for potentially maybe taking a little bit of a, very tight, low risk long here from this daily average to run to this daily NPOC for something like this, right? So if we come down here, tap this area, I would be looking for a long here to go towards this area here, potentially bounce, run towards the previous day high weekly open. And if we sweep this area, then I would be looking to run it to a short to the downside around the previous day low, maybe this previous week low overall. But traditional markets here in the New York session will be closed today. We still have the Asia and London session, so volume might be a little different here overall. Wouldn't be surprised if we run straight to the daily MPOC as well. That could definitely happen, as it's been an area that we've been tapping multiple times. We have been creating lower highs, creating a little bit of a downtrend here for Bitcoin. You guys can see, right? A little bit of a downtrend for Bitcoin overall. So that being said, if this comes first, we're probably going to run it straight towards this previous day high weekly open, where I will be looking for a sweep of that area for a potential short. Now, if we come straight to this daily average first, then I'll be looking for a short entry here for a long entry on a very tight stop to potentially run it up to this daily MPOC and then above to the weekly open as my second TP to the upside. So we'll see what comes first. We will see what comes first. Depending what comes first is what kind of game plan I'll be taking here with Bitcoin. Appreciate all of you guys jumping in here. Appreciate all of you guys tapping those likes. Dark says, these lines scaring me, telling me everything gonna go down. No, everything's not gonna go down, man. Right now, don't be scared of some lows, man. Lows right now are good. Jumping down to this previous day low, previous week low of 102 is actually very bullish if we can hold it, right? Coming down here and sweeping this area and bouncing off this area is a very good area to potentially get into a long if we sweep those areas and find support. and push us back up to, potentially 120 or higher. Let's see. Are we back up, BTC? Bitcoin's currently sitting at 104,800. A lot of sideways action today. The highest we got up today was during the Asia trading session, which was pretty much during the time that we were all sleeping, which was 105,539, which was the weekly open. Got rejected off of that, and we've pretty much fell all the way as low as 103,473. Right now, we just started the day. The new daily 5-minute just closed. We are potentially pulling back from the daily open, potentially coming down to this daily average of 104,621. I'll be looking for a potential long if we come to this area to bounce to the upside. Got me excited about to make me FOMO. No. Don't FOMO. Don't FOMO. No FOMO here, guys. No FOMO, no panic. Just data. Just data. We take trades the best we can with the most risk possibly, and we manage that risk as much as we can, right? Sometimes we're going to lose. That's okay. That's part of the game. We can't win every single trade. Sometimes things just happen. Sometimes we make mistakes, right? I make mistakes, and we take trades that we shouldn't, or, we see things that, like earlier today, we saw a big sweep of the Asia and London low, and it looked like we were going to have a major rally on the 1 hour, and then got completely invalidated the next hour. So things like that happen. Do you think Bitcoin will go up from now or within a few hours? Will the drop continue tomorrow? I think we're seeing a lot of sideways chop, guys. I think we're going to continue to see a lot of sideways chop here. I don't expect any major rallies tomorrow, or major drops. I wouldn't consider dropping from 104 to 102 a major drop. That's only $2,000. That is a move of 2%. That's not a major move overall, so that wouldn't be a big deal to me. Now, if we drop below 101 and start dropping below that, then yes, that'd be a way bigger deal for me, of a bigger move overall. So I just expect a lot of more sideways chop. We do have a potential to rally up to the week open, which is also the previous day high, which I will be looking for a potential short entry there if we sweep that area, right? If we sweep that area, I will be looking for a potential short back down to the daily average if the daily average is not tapped. What do you feel the probability percent is of Bitcoin dropping below 100,000 in the short term? In the short term, I think in the short term, if things remain the same without any escalation of conflict, right? If everything remains the same, I believe that the odds of dropping below 100,000 are about a 30%. So 70% we don't, 30% we do. Now, if those problems continue to escalate, right, then that probability increases a little bit more, and it can be, it can definitely increase more. We can definitely just see it happen. Appreciate everybody tapping those likes. Appreciate everybody smashing those subscribes. Appreciate all the super chats, all the likes, all the gifts. Thank you so much, guys. It really helps out. Aerodrome is skyrocketing, dude. Aerodrome, man. Aerodrome up 18.6%, baby. 18.6%. And people were fudding Aerodrome, bro, because of the tokenomics weren't great. But people are not thinking that Aerodrome is driving the biggest amount of DeFi on the Base network, and which is connected to Coinbase, which Coinbase is running now partnerships with American Express, Shopify, and other DEXs that they're bringing onto the blockchain. So many things are happening for Aerodrome through all this other stuff, right, indirectly, which is driving volume into Aerodrome. Can't believe people were actually thinking that Aerodrome, the biggest DeFi play on Base, was not going to have a rally, was not going to have another big move to the upside. How high do you see Aero going this bull run? I hope it goes a lot higher. I am going to be taking some big profits on Aerodrome around the 165. $1.65 is a big target for me to take a lot of profits, de-risk my position, create a moon bag, and let the rest ride. It could definitely get back above its all-time highs of $2 and keep running, right? Depending on how large the altcoin season is, depending where Bitcoin's at currently, during that time period, and how much Bitcoin dominance drops, how large the altcoin season. A lot of things come into factor to see how long an altcoin is going to rally. So for that reason, if we see 165, I'm going to be taking some big profits there, creating a moon bag and letting the rest ride. Appreciate all of you guys tapping those likes. Appreciate everybody smashing. Wait, hold on. Am I missing somebody here? Can you give thoughts on Uniswap, please? Yes, let's go take a look at Uniswap. Appreciate everybody in here. Appreciate all of you guys tapping those likes. Let's go take a look at Uniswap is another one that's very underrated. Oops. Very underrated with Ethereum, right? As Ethereum rallies, Uniswap is going to continue rallying. So overall, Uniswap has been pretty much in this uptrend here, slight uptrend, creating higher lows, right? Targets to the upside remain the same of 875 to 922 here in the short term for the Q1 range. Once we can get above 922, the fib 382 of 1025 to about 1136 is going to be the next big area, so we can break out of the Q1 range. Once we're above the Q1 range, targets are between 1257 to 1425, right? Targets to the upside. I don't believe I have any other targets above that. Now to the downside, right? We are in this uptrend and we start falling back down. We want to continue holding the value area high for May as support around $6.92. We don't want to drop further than below that. If we start dropping below that, then, you know, next area is going to be around 619 to about 556 to the downside. That's Uniswap. That's one of the big five that I think is going to be very, very bullish for Ethereum's ecosystem, right? We've talked about Aave, we've talked about Lido, Pendo, and Maker, big four DeFi players on Ethereum, and then Uniswap is number 5, which is the big DEX on Ethereum. As Ethereum begins to crack 3,000 and go higher and potentially make a new all-time high, all of those big players for Ethereum are going to have a major, major rally for it. Are you in Plume? No, I'm not currently in Plume right now. 165 is good for me too. Yeah, dude, can't be greedy, man. Can't be greedy. Take profits, create moon bags, de-risk your position, and let the rest ride. That's the stuff that we talk about in the Crypto Citadel for the long-term holders, right? For the people that are looking at the macro analysis, is we're looking for those targets to potentially create those moon bags, take profits, and then we look for the targets to the downside to eventually dollar cost average strategically, not just buy every single dip, right, that you see. So that's what we do for the people that are in the Crypto Citadel that are not day traders, that are looking at the long-term stuff. That's what the macro analysis is all about, and the live updates and stuff. So definitely take a look at that if you haven't already. If you're not in the Crypto Citadel, and if you are a day trader, obviously the signals is going to benefit you the most. When is the bull run starting, and when will market start pumping to all-time highs? Donna, great question. Everybody has that question on their mind. Everybody wants to know. Currently, if things remain the same and there's no escalation in conflict, I don't believe Bitcoin's going to drop below 100,000. If we don't drop below 100,000, I think we're creating the new bottom here around 103, 102, give or take, right? And we could be potentially getting ready to start moving to the upside. We'll see how this Q2 closes. Q2 does close here at the end of this month. We are on the 18th. So currently we have about a whole another week, a little bit over a week. So we got 7, 8, 9, 10. We got 10 business days left. 10 business days, give or take, left we got 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. We got 12 days left. We got 12 days left in total for the month to end, which will close out the Q2, and we'll see how Q3 plays out. Need Arrow get past $1? 100%, Basha. I completely agree. Aerodrome must get above $1 to start seeing that big run. Now, the bull run, right? Everybody wants to know when the bull run starts. The bull run's been happening. Bitcoin's above 100,000, right? Bitcoin is making its moves. It's not bearish in any kind of way. Unless we lose 100,000, then things get bearish in the short term, potentially dropping to 96, potentially 88. Now, meanwhile, we stay above 100, things are bullish. The only problem is that Bitcoin dominance hasn't been dropping yet, right? Bitcoin dominance needs to drop. It needs to drop lower, below 63%, to be able to really see a big move to the downside, to be able to have altcoins running, right? Bitcoin dominance is almost back at its local high from May of 65%. We're currently at 64.86. Yesterday, we were up as high as 65%. So we need to see it drop back down below 63, start running into the 62 and lower percentiles to really get that big altcoin rally going behind us. When that's going to happen, nobody knows. So far, usually the summer isn't a great time, but quarter two has been pretty bullish so far for Bitcoin. We'll see how quarter three plays out. Could be more sideways chop. Summers are usually very boring. Could see a lot more sideways chop. Maybe get some more interesting moves happening in late August, maybe September, getting ready for that quarter four potential rally. Who knows? Maybe we have the most bullish quarter three we've ever seen. I don't know. We'll just have to keep monitoring the Bitcoin dominance. The Bitcoin dominance will be telling us as when altcoin season is going to get started. And, the more they drop, the more the altcoins runs. What's the all-time high for Arrow? All-time high for Arrow, I believe, was somewhere around $2 and some change. So Aerodrome, all-time high. Yeah, all-time high is $2.37 for Aerodrome. That is the all-time high for Arrow. Coming down to that daily pivot right now of 104.621. We're currently at 104.7. We're definitely coming down to tap that bad boy first. Ondo analysis, shorts, what's going on, man? Yeah, Ondo, I'll circle back to Ondo here. I did one earlier today, but we'll do another one here. Where's my Ondo chart? Nope, wrong chart. Coinbase, where you at? So Ondo is currently sitting very close to the April lows, right? We're currently sitting at 77 cents. The April lows were around 66 cents. We come down to the quarter four point of control of 73 cents and found some support there. We need to get above 91 cents, get back into the main range. But realistically, the big critical area here is getting above $1 as well. Getting above $1 is very critical for these altcoins to make a bigger push to the upside. So if Ondo can get back above $1.02, close some dailies, hold that area of support, the targets for Ondo to the upside are between 122 to 132 at first. Above that is between 151 to 165. Ethereum prediction. Let's go take a look at Ethereum here. Ethereum on the large scale, right? We need to get above 27.11. That's the big resistance, right? Is 27.11. Getting above 27.11 is critical to be able to run towards that quarter one value area high of around 2,900. We break out of the 2,900 resistance, we're going to be coming into a massive amount of resistance again. Tons of targets between 3,000 to 3,182 bucks. We have a gold pocket from the December highs to the April lows in this area. We have yearly pivot. We have daily averages, weekly MPLCs, a lot of targets up there. But the only way we get up there is by closing dailies above the 27.11. It was major resistance all of the month of May. We did break above it earlier this month on the 10th of June, but we quickly, when we came back to retest it, did not hold the support, and we fell right through it, meaning that area is still resistance, and we have not flipped it into support. Check out Algo. I don't know what Algo is. Up 6.4% today, 12.1% on the week. $90 million market cap, low market cap for sure. Not a micro cap, but a very low cap. Oh, you can almost consider it a micro cap. So let me go make sure I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Let's go take a look at Algo in the chat. BTC, bro, I'm long. BTC 104,700. What do you think? It hit 106 today. Danish, we'll see if it hits 106, man. I hope you're right. I hope it pumps. But man, I don't know. Traditional markets, stock exchange, this thing has been doing nothing but dumping, dude. Look at this thing. This is a terrible chart. Terrible chart. Look at this. Massive blast off in September. Peaks out in September. $6, and since then it's been doing nothing but just straight into the ground. Yeah, this is definitely not even worth looking at. Let's go take a look at Bitcoin. Bitcoin probably coming down to this daily average. If we come down here to this daily average, potentially, bounce off this area. If not, we're going to come down to the previous day low potentially, but would be interested to take a long off this daily average here, because I do think we could push to the upside. Got a gold pocket down here as well. Everybody sleep on Aerodrome. 100% everybody's sleeping on Aerodrome. 100%. Appreciate all of you guys. Appreciate all of you guys hanging out with me. I hope you guys are smashing those likes. I hope you guys are hitting that subscribe. I hope you guys are joining the Crypto Citadel. Use the code Citadel to get 50% off your first month in the Citadel. Try it out. So definitely do that if you haven't already. I'm going to go update the Crypto Citadel. I'll see all of you guys in there. If you guys haven't joined already, definitely go do so. Guys, I'm Blockchain Crusader, crusading through these blockchains every single day. Until next time, I'll see you in the Crypto Citadel. See ya.